everybody. Welcome again to this edition of Wilson Live. And I'm joined, as always, by Carter Novlin, who's our fine arts coordinator with the district, does a fantastic job in not only the fine arts world, but also serving as the executive producer of Wilson Live. I'm Bart Barker, the public information officer with Wilson County Schools, and we're just so glad to be here with you today. And we have two very special guests. We'll get to that in just a moment. But first, we want to thank our gracious sponsor in this episode and all episodes, as always, brought to you by Gina and Lena, your trusted real estate team with Coldwell Banker Southern Realty, with over 30 years of combined experience and a background as former teachers with Wilson County Schools. Gina and Lena bring unmatched dedication, communication, and care to every client. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, they'll guide you with the heart of a teacher and the knowledge of seasoned professionals. Ready to make your next move? Contact Gina and Lena at Coldwell Banker Southern Realty. Carter, Gina and Lena are they're all-stars in their line of work in real estate, but today we are graced by the presence of a Hall of Famer.
So excited.
A Hall of Famer because, and this is a recent induction, it is Mrs. Frances Tarring. She has driven a school bus for nearly 50 years. She's decided to retire, rightfully so. We'd love to have her back another year, but she was recently inducted into the Tennessee Bus Driver Hall of Fame, and then we have another guest who can explain a little bit more about that here shortly. But wow, Miss Frances Tarring, calling it a career after nearly 50 years of bus driving.
I can't imagine. Was it 47, 48? How many total years was it?
49.
49?
49 years.
That's incredible. You don't hear about that really in many professions anymore, but 49, that's incredible.
Well,
We're thankful for you.
Thank you.
Ms. Frances, thanks for being here. Also, we have Mr. Shane Cook. He is the fleet manager. He's just he's all things involved in the transportation department, and he's our other guest here today to also talk about Ms. Tarring and how important she was and what she did, but also some other things we want to talk about with transportation for those interested in maybe becoming a bus driver, and we'll talk about that. You know what? It is summer break, but I'm telling you, there is no time like the present if you are interested in becoming a bus driver to get your training started and all of that. August, as much as people don't want to hear it, August will be here before you know it. And we want to make sure that our transportation department is fully staffed and trained and ready to go and serve the needs of our students and families. Let's get right to it, Carter. Ms. Tarring is she is our guest of the hour, the queen of the fleet, so to speak.
Sure.
And so we wanted to bring you in and talk a little bit about your Hall of Fame induction. This all went down, I believe, last week in Gatlinburg, or here recently within the past few weeks in Gatlinburg, where they had a ceremonial dinner and all of that. Talk about how special that was for you.
It was very special and very touching. Shane did a great job. He found out stuff that I didn't know he knew about me. So it was nice, and it was very rewarding and very special. Mm-hmm. It touched my heart.
Shane, remind us, it's at TAPT that does this?
It's the Tennessee Association of Pupil Transportation, what we call TAPT.
It's TAPT. And so you sent me the information about a month or 6 weeks ago, something like that. And so you found out pretty quickly. How did the process go to get Ms. Tarring into that Hall of Fame?
Well, you have to make a nomination through TAPT, and then you have to do a letter, approval letter and all that, and they reviewed it, and they come back and accepted her into the Hall of Fame. And I think there's only like a total of 20.
I'm not sure, 26,
26, I believe is on.
Yeah, so I clicked through
26 members of this Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So what an amazing award. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I clicked through them yesterday just trying to do a little bit of prep. And with Miss Frances, you were the second Wilson County driver to be inducted. I think
Mr. David
Mr.
Wright.
David Wright was as well.
In 2017.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
The late, great
incredible
Mr.
company.
Wright,
The
yes.
late, great Mr. Wright.
Yeah.
So you and of all these inductees, we have two from Wilson County, but from the over 90 counties in Tennessee, two are from Wilson County. There's only 20-something inductees. So you think about two of those being from Wilson County, one of them being you. That's pretty incredible. And so we're just so grateful for that.
Thank you.
I mean, I think I did this with you a few years ago. We talked about some things that was going on in the world at the time that you started driving a bus, and the gas prices were just minuscule to what they are now. Just pop culture, what it looked like. Talk about that, the decades that you drove, how it started, and what's kind of your biggest takeaway from all of that time on a bus.
Well, it started out that I was just a teacher's assistant, and then later on it became that they needed some transportation stuff, and so I think I used my car, so picking up students, and then I got involved in the transportation department and got my license, and then I started driving the bus. And at that time, I lived in Davidson County, so I had to park the bus. I think I parked it at my aunt's house, and the reason too is I picked up her son, who was in special ed also, who had CP, and so then we started that morning from there, and then we would pick up all the students on the Mount Juliet end, and then take them to Lebanon, and so we did that. I don't think there was that many buses at that time, but I can't tell you how many exactly, but there was just a few.
Wow. Shane, how many buses do we have now?
We got around 181.
181.
It wasn't that many.
But
well, I was with the city at that time.
Yeah.
And because all special ed went to the city schools at that time till the laws changed.
And I would imagine the comforts of a bus now, which I know some would argue, well, sometimes in the summer or when we go back to school, it can be hot. Back then,
there was no radio and no air conditioning.
oh my goodness, it was.
Yes.
Would windows? Could you put windows down?
We had windows down and
fans.
And that was it. Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
But the buses have certainly changed a lot over the years.
Drastically. Yes. They've gotten better and better. Yeah.
But my take on this is I just wish we could put together a number of students that she has worked with and touched in these 49 years.
Sure.
Yeah.
That number would be impressive.
I believe that.
Number would
I
be
think the
impressive.
miles traveled would
That
also
would
be
another
quite
one.
impressive.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I have driven all the way to Watertown and back, and got locked out of the gate one time with my car.
Whoa, wait a minute. I think that's a story now. So you got locked out.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, this was when they were on the bypass. Yeah. The bus shop. But yeah, it's a lot of miles.
A lot of miles. What is one of the best memories you have of being a bus driver for that many years that really pops out?
Oh, I don't know. There's probably lots of fun things that the kids have done and said that have touched me and made me feel good. And parents, yeah. Getting acquainted with a lot of the parents. And feeling our church did a Mother's Day out on Tuesdays and Thursdays just to help with some of because at that time there wasn't many summer programs going on, and a lot of them needed time to go to the grocery store, time to do dentist appointments and stuff. So we would do Tuesdays and Thursdays in the summer with our church. But the happiest times, I guess, was going to Special Olympics with them and seeing them get their ribbons, and I would travel there with them and do activities, track and field and skiing.
Largely, your bus service was with special needs children, correct?
Yes, always.
Which made that experience even more special for you in the way that you were helping them get to where they needed to go,
and to
participate in a lot of things that those families just absolutely love, and the community loves, and certainly the children love too. But making sure that they got there safely and back to where they needed to go, that had to be a great feeling.
It was. It was good to see them get their awards and their fun things, and feel part of the community.
Yes.
Also, Bart, I want to say, Miss Theron, she was very instrumental in implementing the transportation Valentine's dance that we have every year around Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And
The hallmark event of the
yes,
year.
it's the hallmark event of the year. And that event is so special because most people don't realize that most of these students, with special needs, they may have the light or sensory issues that don't allow them to attend regular dance
That's right.
functions and stuff like that. So that was Miss Francis and a few other
Other
fellow
fellow
drivers who
drivers.
said, "Hey, we need to do something special for these kids."
And it's a party.
And it's a party.
It's a party.
and it
I've
is
been to every one of them in the past 7
It is
years.
such a great event that occurs every year in February, and everyone in transportation wants to be a part of it. Everybody wants to donate their
They
time.
have.
And it's just look at what you created there, and it's continuing to grow and all that. I
Yeah.
mean, without
It's a lot of people.
without you and these other drivers that had not done that,
Yeah, but
we wouldn't have
it's
it.
a teamwork.
But it just cheers me. It just fills my heart to see them students at that Valentine's dance, how much fun they have that day.
Yeah.
Well, and it speaks a lot to the impact that a bus driver has that a lot of people don't see.
Yeah.
You talked a little bit about the relationship you develop with parents.
Yes.
Teachers are very forward facing. We see a lot of kids, but there's a lot of parents that we don't get to interact with. Whereas our bus drivers and the folks that are in transportation, the students start and stop their day with that bus driver. And, it's those relationships that get developed not just with the student, but with the community and with the parents that I think make the transportation department really special. And it's also events like the Valentine's dance that are specific to what happens here in Wilson County that sets that role apart. And I think it's a lot that our community sees, but doesn't necessarily put together that, man, our transportation department has a huge impact on not just kids, but the community and their parents and their whole families. It's a lot. It's great.
It's 100%. There's a question on here that I think is very interesting. Do you remember your very first route?
In the bus.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Started in Mount Juliet, and I went Curd Road, and then over to the division and up to Lebanon,
Yeah.
and then picked up on the lower end of Lebanon, there, and then went on into North Cumberland. That's where the special ed department was at that time.
Wow.
Give people a scope. We have so many people who are new to the area, and they may think, well, it's suburban Nashville, so I guess Mount Juliet and places closer to the Davidson line have always kind of looked like this, and kind of neighborhoods everywhere and everything. I think you're here to tell them that's not the case.
No.
That is certainly not the case. From the time you started driving, you think about the landscape of Mount Juliet in Wilson County, particularly like Lebanon and west, towards the county line of Davidson. Things much different. I mean, it was lots of farmland, lots of things that you see now. Those neighborhoods weren't even
There.
part of the discussion that years and years ago. How the landscape has changed over the years.
There is so much. The traffic. There used to not be that much traffic in Mount Juliet.
Yeah.
Now it's like bumper to bumper at 4:30 to 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's amazing, the traffic and the people that we have in our. And then there was not even Providence area was even developed at that time. Yeah.
A lot of people can't remember when Mount Juliet Road was just a little
Little
two-lane
two-lane
curvy
curvy
road
road,
going through
yeah.
there.
So it's changed a lot. And the population has, we have coming up, my husband and I were driving up, and it was like, oh, they're building another section here, so yes, it's very populating.
Yeah, that development started, and once you start that monster, it really doesn't ever stop, I don't think. But it's impressive to think how that landscape has changed, and also to think of a route that was from one end of Mount Juliet to the other end of Lebanon 50 years ago. Now,
We're in our own little area now.
Yeah.
With bumper to bumper.
with bumper to bumper.
traffic.
There's a question I'm curious about. Over those 50 years, of course, now safety is the top priority in our district, in our schools, on our buses, whatever that looks like. But I am curious for some in my position where I let the community know if we're out for inclement weather days, snow, or
Yes.
even severe weather. We've taken some of those days over the years as well. But let's talk about the winter weather. Back in the day, like back in when you kind of the first decade of you doing your bus duties. Nowadays, obviously, we have so much more technology and information to say, okay, here's like a possible weather situation we're looking at, and then the dream scenario is like, okay, the night before, day before, we can let families know tomorrow we're going to be, school's going to be closed or whatever that looks like. But in your case, those years ago, did you guys just hop on the bus and say, like, well, the snow's falling, or, we heard there was a chance. I mean, was there ever times that you were out on the road in like winter weather that you were like, ew, maybe we shouldn't have gone today?
Yeah. One of the things was in Belinda City, that's all changed too. There was a little rise there, and I couldn't get up it. So I had to roll back down a little bit
my
and
goodness.
get a running start, and I made it.
All that would take nowadays if somebody caught that on video and posted on social media, and oh boy, there a lot of questions come my way. I think that's the thing about it, like you.
But we didn't have the knowledge to know.
Or the technology as well, yeah.
Yes, and also I have pulled into North Cumberland and it was directed to go right back out. We didn't even unload at one time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So nowadays, and of course, for families, they know that we always err on the side of caution. And if you're new to the area, you know that.
And it's very nice to feel that security.
Exactly. And we have been in the sweetheart of the Mid-South. You get a lot of ice, or you can get a lot of ice, as we've seen this past winter. And it's not always snow, pretty snowflakes. Sometimes it can be that ice that forms and all that stuff. So there's a lot of precautions that we do take when it comes to winter weather and even severe weather in the spring.
Yeah, well, I can only imagine driving a school bus in some of the winds that we've had in the last couple of weeks.
You have to be cautious.
Sure.
Yes, it can take you. Yeah.
Yeah, you're driving a big yellow sail. It doesn't take much for a little bit of wind, and
Well, let's
Tennessee's
not scare
just a
everybody
special
away
place.
now.
No. Good point.
That
Good
leads
point.
me to that. Like it's no secret because I know that talking to Mr. Hoover, our transportation director, we need more bus drivers. That's always going to be on the wish list, to have more drivers. You did it for almost 50 years. And for those that would be on the fence to say, okay, I thought about it, I don't know if I want to do it. Maybe you're recently retired. Maybe you have a full-time work schedule that would allow you to possibly drive a bus. Everybody's situation is unique to their, circumstance or whatever. But if somebody was on the fence or just thinking about, hey, maybe I've had interest in driving a bus, what would you tell them?
It's a great job to raise your family. You're off when they're off, and you get to do the fun things with your family. I had 2 boys, and it was a good job to keep track of what was going on in their life. They weren't home by themselves or anything. It just worked out great for me. And I think it is a great job to raise a family.
Yeah. I will tell you, if there's a schedule that can fit your needs, if you can drive AM or just PM or even both, I mean, still the transportation department wants to talk to you about that.
We'll find a spot for you.
And Shane, you can talk more about that. I mean, the need for bus drivers right now, it still remains an all hands on deck situation in a given school day. Wouldn't you agree? Correct.
Yeah. Well, like we said just earlier, we are a growing county. So as we grow, we're going to continue to need the bus drivers. Mm-hmm. It's not that we're losing that many bus drivers. We're losing some to retirement, of course.
Yeah.
And a few people, yes, they do find other jobs, and that's normal. But for the most part, we're as well staffed at this time of year as we have been in a while.
That's good.
But we constantly need that people coming in for the growth and all that we're seeing, and it's not stopping. It's every year more growth, more apartments means more buses, more homes mean more buses, and Yeah, we need to. If you're interested, yes, please reach out to us. Well, I mean, the training program is awesome. It's a
Yes.
10 to 12 week training program now. You get paid for the training program. I'm not sure what that rate is, but they'll be glad to talk about it with you. And it's a great training program, and they work with you to make you feel comfortable to go out and get the license.
I
and
don't
the
think they
job.
let you go unless they know that you're
You're ready.
ready.
You're ready.
Ready.
Yeah, they really work with you, you know, and you know, a lot of people says, I just, you know, I don't know if I can pass the test or
Yeah.
do this, you know. Hey, give us the chance to work. Give us the chance to work with you, you know. And but it's very heartfelt, rewarding job. Miss Francis can speak to that, and
Yes.
you know, we're going to miss you for sure.
Well, thank
We're
you.
gonna miss
I'm
you,
probably
but,
going to miss everybody too.
We're going to miss you and all the other retirees and stuff like that. But yes, every year they have to be replaced, and you know, we need people coming in. We also speak about our need for bus attendants. We're looking for attendants. I'm not sure exactly what the pay is on that now. I know there's a little changing going on there, but the need for attendance is growing. So if you driving the bus is not you, but yet you want to help with students, you know, yeah, come and apply to be an attendant. Ride as an attendant on one of the special education buses.
Yeah.
Lots of opportunities. Lots of opportunities, and it's not just a job. We talked about it a few minutes ago. You get to develop relationships with kids. The work environment is great. You're providing a service and being employed at the same time. What an opportunity.
You know, I was thinking too, like when your generation and passing that off to another generation. But I think, Shane, you would tell us the ages of our bus drivers range from really all over.
We're from 25 to 80.
Right.
25 days.
So they're, you know, and I think also too, people may have a stigma about being, you know, a bus driver. Like maybe, can I drive that size of equipment? Can I handle, you know, what those duties are? And I think you guys have spoke to the fact that, you know, the training process, you know, how careful that the training staff is and making sure that you're ready.
You want to hear the truth?
I'm always up for the truth. Yeah.
I can probably drive my bus down in Nashville better than I can my car.
Wow.
Really?
Because the mirrors and everything around me, you can see all around you. And
You're up higher.
Higher.
You're
Yeah.
up higher. So.
And I think instinctively, when people see a bus, I think, again, we know that some drivers can be somewhat careless in some ways, but I think when people see a yellow bus, I think they instinctively, there's something that signals in them, hey,
be cautious.
be cautious. Right. They don't know if any children are on the bus. They know that the bus is serving a great purpose to try to get children or students from one place to the other safely. So I think there's something that goes off in many people's minds to say, okay, there's a bus. I should kind of break, give them a break, so to speak, pun intended, but and be more cautious around that bus, whether it's on the side, front, or back, or whatever. Would you agree with that?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and then there's also those people that are not.
Sure, right. Well,
Always will be.
that's understandable, and we know that that's out there
But,
for sure.
You let them get ahead of you, or slow down and let them get around.
Yes, yes. But you are kind of you're situated, elevated, the way that you feel very safe inside that bus, the way that the mirrors and all the safety features on there. So
Yes.
that's always good to know. I think that's reassuring for people.
The transportation department keeps our buses in very good shape.
Well, Shane does a tremendous job in all of that. And of course, he has an incredible team of mechanics and technicians who, every time I'm over at the bus yard, there's always a bus in there being looked at, not because something's necessarily, broken on it. It's just a service check.
Preventative
maintenance, which goes on
preventative goes the extra mile.
for sure.
We were talking about it a little bit before we got started, how my calendar, as I've stepped into this role in the last year and a half, where my busy season has shifted, where we're in the third week of summer. The last 2 weeks have been two of the busiest I've had all year long. And we were talking about how in transportation, the summer is crazy busy. Right now things are really heavy focused on summer learning camp, getting kids to and from summer school, but it's also making sure that all those buses are ready for August 1.
1st,
Yeah. What a time.
Let's go ahead and address this now so that parents know. We know that also we talk about our wild and weather swings in the Mid-South, our ice, our sometimes snow, sometimes not or whatever. But one thing we can always rely on is that early to mid-August heat. And it's understandable. I'm a parent of two, elementary age children. Those buses do get warm.
Yes.
Very.
However, I think that largely our bus staff is very accommodating. If children need to bring water on the
Yes.
bus, and our drivers do a good job making sure that it's well ventilated. I've noticed this too, though. Sometimes, especially some of our middle and high school students, they just refuse to lose the hoodie or the jacket.
Yeah.
In August, it's like, maybe parents have that conversation, guardians have that conversation with your child about, hey, in August or in early parts of September, take the hoodie off. Let's just make sure you got a t-shirt underneath, and that is also a cooling method. So I know that conversation and concerns are going to be coming in early August, but that's a way that they can stay cool for sure.
Yeah. We would love to air condition all the buses, but that is a cost that just that's a cost that it's very expensive per
Right.
bus, and I don't foresee it happening in the near future.
Yeah, it is, and it's something if you had the magic wand, you would do.
We would do, yeah, but we don't.
we don't. We would love one, but again, it is a pricey endeavor to outfit all buses with air conditioner. But Ms. Tarring, you have been through the hottest days, the coldest days, all these things, and it's hard. It's still hard for me to just wrap my mind around that for nearly 50 years that you did what you did, because that's incredible.
When you first got into it, did you imagine you would get to 50?
I don't know.
Yeah.
At first, probably not. But then after I got involved and got going, yes. Like I said, I'm probably going to miss it.
Yeah.
And
What an adjustment.
yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine. What is next? What does retirement look like?
Not sure yet. Haven't slowed down like you all. I went here, come here, went here.
Sure.
Yeah, and I went to a tournament for my grandson already. So yeah, it's been a little busy right now. I haven't slowed down. Some doctor's appointments I needed to get done.
Sure.
Yeah.
How many grandchildren do you have?
I have 4.
4 grandchildren?
Yeah, 4 grandchildren.
Okay, and so they're going to keep you busy
Yes.
for a little while. So
Yeah.
you got that going on, but it seems like though that you at heart are a worker.
Yeah.
So do you think that you will maybe go
Somewhere else.
like do something to kind of
Well,
occupy your time or
I'm
whatever?
not sure.
Not sure.
I'm not sure.
I'm sure-
My
yeah.
We've got a lot of stuff that we want to get done to our house and stuff and
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing. And then we want to travel. So we haven't traveled a whole lot. So
Right.
yeah, I look forward to getting into our camper and travel. So yeah,
That's great. Where do you want to travel?
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Travel's travel.
Travel's travel.
I love
yeah.
that.
Just to get out and look and see different things. Yeah.
Well, Tennessee's a beautiful place.
Yes, it is.
There's lots to see.
So is camping kind of one of your interests, like
We are-
taking the camper out on the road?
Yeah, some. Yeah.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there anything else you want to add to what's already we've discussed? I mean, again, we send our deepest congrats, and
Well, thank
we're
you.
just you have been an absolute joy for so many years, and I've had the opportunity to get to know you a little bit better over the past few years.
Yes.
And I know, I know. She was like, I got another media interview for you, Miss Tarring, and she's like, oh my goodness. I was like, it'll be okay. But it's all for the great reasons, the person you are, what you mean, and what you've meant to so many students and administrators through the years. Like you are Miss Reliable is what you have been. They know that you would be there every day.
If I could.
If you could.
Yeah.
And but 50 years
Years
is
is-
50 years nearly.
yeah.
I mean, you showed up every day for
Doesn't
those
feel like
kids.
it's been 50 years. Though.
Did it go fast?
It went real fast.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And I guess, when you enjoy your job, you stay there. Yeah, and I enjoyed my job. I
Right.
enjoyed what I did. And my work, later on in years, I went to the work-based learning and took them out in the community to job sites. And
Wow.
you got to know lots of people in the community and lots of different things. and got to see students become independent.
Yeah.
Well, you know the old saying, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Amen.
Well, that's probably what had happened.
Shay, do you have anything else to add, either about Miss Tarring or just anything transportation related before we close up things
I
here?
just wanted to know how much we did appreciate you and how
Well-
much we will miss you.
Thank you.
But we are proud to see that you've come to this point, and we want you to enjoy every minute of
Well,
it.
thank you. I will. And I hope that everything, and more bus drivers come, and more people come and get involved in our special ed department and everything. Yes.
Yes.
I look for good things to start happening.
Yeah, big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Definitely big shoes to fill, but a great place to be.
I think we would all agree that. Carter, you have anything else?
I don't. I'm just thankful that you all would spend a couple of minutes with us this morning. Shane, you know, we've worked together a little bit off and on for the last few years, and always super thankful for the work that you do and super excited to see just the work that you get to do with others. And it is very, very clear how proud you are of Miss Francis and the others that you get to work with. So
Yes.
we're thankful for
And
you
there
as
is
well.
Thank you,
other
Carter.
people that do a good job too. Lots of
believe
people.
that.
Lots of
all the drivers. Thanks
Yes.
to Mr. Hoover for his
Yes.
years of dedicated service to transportation. He now serves as the director, and we know that is no easy job. That is
No.
it's very difficult to make a lot of puzzle pieces come
Yes.
together. So Mr. Bill Hoover
Yes,
is to
very
be
difficult.
commended too for his efforts. But again, it takes a village in the transportation
It
to make
does.
it
It does.
all come together. I don't think people realize that is how many,
Sometimes you have to do a double route because someone's out sick and,
It's
so
like a big old
both
bus
buses.
engine. All the components and
it's-
parts and pieces that go into an engine. To be symbolic. It takes the amount of people to make that
All of-
transportation engine run every day.
Takes a lot to connect the dots.
It does. We're talking over 11,000 students transported every day
There's 181 buses,
in 600 over 600 square miles to Wilson County.
We're up to what now? 24 schools with the opening of.
We're
24?
it is growing. It seems like we're rolling off a new school, seemingly, if not every year, every other year. So we are definitely growing for sure. Thank you both again for joining us. And Carter, if you don't have anything else, we'll get out of here.
Thank you, Bart.
This has been another episode of Wilson Live. Thank you for watching and listening, however you may consume us. But we're so glad that you tuned in. More episodes to come throughout the summer, and we'll get you prepped to go for back to school coming up later on, coming up in July. But be on the lookout for more episodes. But for Carter Noblin, I'm Bart Barker. Have a good rest of the day, everybody.